Okay, so hey guys, welcome back to Rolling Sky. Today I'm doing the level that I managed to get high on the leaderboard on. I'm in 19th place. It's Relics. And this we're doing the perfect way, yes. Doing this level the perfect way is pretty easy. Anyways, don't really have to explain, let's just go. Now, a question I have for all of you that play Rolling Sky, I know a lot of you probably don't play Rolling Sky, you just watch it. Then again, probably most people who are watching this video nowadays, like the days I make it, play Rolling Sky, but like, later on, if I become more popular, then a lot of people won't have Rolling Sky, they'll just watch it because they watch my channel a lot, which isn't bad or anything, it's pretty much the same kind of thing. All of you who play Rolling Sky, it has to be Rolling Sky because only the people who've played Rolling Sky will know this, and you've had to at least have played some of the harder levels to know this, but for the people who play Rolling Sky, what do you think is the hardest level? Honest question. Personally, I think it's... See, some people have trouble with different types of levels, because I definitely found World Cup to be the most challenging level released so far, even though it is brand new, so that can make it more difficult. Generally don't care, to be honest. It's still the hardest level in the game. Definitely harder than Neon, and then I found Neon to be the second hardest, which was definitely harder than Midnight Carnival, which was the third hardest. For me, at least. And if you've answered that question, then my second question for you would be, what levels do you find to be the hardest the perfect way? I just skipped over that jump pad. Because everybody I've asked this question, well, not me in particular, everybody who's answered this kind of question, like the people who've stated their opinions on which levels were the hard, the top three have always been the same. Game? What the frick? Oh my... Stop this off. Don't make my game lag like that. You know I'm never gonna get you, you're just being a middle finger. Anyways, but whenever people stated which levels they thought were the hardest to do the perfect way, it would always be Poker Cube and 1-Up as the top three. I saw 3 lists. One of them by the very best player himself, Survive. From what I saw, out of those 3 lists, one of them said they thought Poker was the hardest. No, 2 of them said they thought Poker was the hardest, which were Survive and some other person. And the other person said they thought Cube was the hardest. Then on Survive and that one person who said that Poker was the hardest list, they both thought that Cube was the second hardest. And the other person thought that 1-Up was the second hardest. And then it went 1-Up for those 2, and the other person thought Poker. So, it seems to me that people definitely think that Poker, Cube, and 1-Up are much harder to do than the rest. Which I'd agree with that. After trying out Poker myself, Poker's pretty dang insane. I mean, it definitely wouldn't be too hard if it didn't have that last crown, but the first crown's still difficult too, so Poker not only has 2 troll gems in it, but its last crown, I'm pretty sure, is the hardest crown in the game, so... Yay, Poker. And then the other levels are kind of around it, of levels that people say are also pretty hard. I know people say Neon has a very hard crown at the end, so it's generally at the top. Midnight Carnival's generally at the top. And I think World Cup is near the top because the level itself is so hard, but... yeah, I'll just give a little bit of a talk now, because the last one was super short and this one is too. I'm gonna explain what I did. So, we already know that right now I'm just trying to do all the 1 to 5 star levels the perfect way. Well, the 5 stars. I already did the 1 to 4 stars. For some reason, Egypt before these. And out of those, the only truly hard 1 star was 8-bits. I know Clown Part can be tricky because of the 9th gem, but I feel like 8-bits was definitely the hardest. The 2 stars were pretty tough, I will admit. The 2 stars were quite tough, actually, because there were a few levels that were very tough in the 2 stars, including the one that was the hardest to do, as Joker was quite tough, because the last gem in it. Halloween Escape was quite tough, and Dazzle was easily the hardest out of the 1 to 4 stars. Not including Egypt, because I don't consider it one. Because it was obscenely difficult, because its last crown is the devil in a nutshell. The 3 stars were also pretty tricky, because we have Matrix, Candy, and Kung Fu, which were all pretty tricky. The other 3 weren't so bad. The 4 stars have gotten more difficult recently, because of the additions of Circus and Ignite, but those were the only ones that were that much of a trick, and Circus was only that difficult because the level itself was quite difficult. So, yeah. The 4 stars weren't too bad. Now we're on the 5 stars. And, of course, it depends on if you can do the levels themselves, because the levels themselves are quite difficult. Even the easiest 5 star, which I found to be Relics, but... what I did was, when I started this, I did this thing where I decided to do all the levels that were basically made before Monody, all the 5 stars. Which, if you don't know, Monody was the first level in the game to exist with crowns in it. So, all the levels before Monody, all the 5 stars before Monody, all the ones that didn't have crowns but had 20 gems. I did E-Labyrinth first, just because it was the first level to be created of the 5, and personally think it was the easiest of the 5 too. Like, E-Labyrinth had like, well actually no, it wasn't the easiest, but it was quite easy. Castle in the Sky was even easier to get the gems in than E-Labyrinth, so... yeah, then I did Deep Space because I've heard Halloween and Christmas were quite hard. And Deep Space, just like Castle in the Sky and E-Labyrinth, were difficult because of the level itself, but the gems weren't that tricky. Trickier than E-Labyrinth or Castle in the Sky, but still not tricky. Then Halloween, one which people said was gonna be obscenely hard, was actually very easy. There was like 1 hard gem in the whole level, which is not even a joke. Then Christmas was the true challenge. Like, Christmas was pretty tricky. Particularly the 16th gem in this level is really annoying. All of the last 10 gems in this level, besides all the gems from 11 to 18, besides gem number 14, were pretty tricky. Let's just say in the last half of the level, most of the gems in there were quite tricky. But yeah. And then after that, now I'm doing the ones that do have crowns. I already did Egypt, and Egypt was quite difficult because not only is the level itself annoying as heck, but, crowns require a lot of memory, and the last crown is quite insane. And then we did street basketball pretty recently, like 2 days ago or something like that. And street basketball was very easy to get it in. There was like one crown which was a tad difficult, and one gem which is hard, but that's it. And just like soon, like 5 seconds before I started this video, I did Varying Christmas, which I first tried. Which I did in my first try. No, I beat in 2 tries, maybe 3, but it's very easy. And Relics, for some reason people said Relics was gonna be hard, and Relics was definitely not hard. Like, Relics was very easy. So, to all you people out there who said Relics is hard, I'm sorry, but either I'm just too good, or the level is not hard, and you kind of lied to me. But anyways, there's 7 levels left for me to do. What I'm doing is I'm doing them, because Varying Christmas was the 9th last, I've been doing them in groups of 3. This one's the first group. I did Varying Christmas, Relics, and Poker. Then I'll do Cube, Reggae, and Midnight Carnival, and then these last 3, but... Varying Christmas and Relics were easy, but Poker is insane, as people said it was. People stated that Poker is the hardest level to do the perfect way in the game, so basically, doing Poker the perfect way is literally the hardest thing in the game. Simple. And I will admit, I agree with that. The last crown in it is definitely the hardest crown in the game so far. Being with the second so far. Remember, I haven't done any of these last 6 ones, but besides out of those last 6 levels right there, it's so far the hardest crown, with the second hardest so far being Dazzle's last crown. But people say this one, even the best player, said that the last crown in this one is the hardest in the game, so I should be done with it by tomorrow. At least I hope. I practiced it so much today. It's unbelievable, but I should be done with it tomorrow. And then Saturday, I'll move on to my next group of 3, which should be even more difficult because it has Cube in there, which is easier. I've heard is easier to do than Poker. But it's also got Reggae and Midnight Carnival, which I'm pretty sure Midnight Carnival is very hard to do. I'm not sure about Reggae, but... Then the final 3, World Cup will be difficult, I'm pretty sure, because the level itself. Neon and 1-Up will both be very difficult, so... Yeah, at least everyone's got one of those top 3 levels in it. But hey, at least Poker, Cube, and 1-Up aren't right next to each other. Right? Anyways, the Poker basically has 2 troll gems in it, and it has the hardest crown in the game in it. So it's been taking me a lot of practice, and that's why I uploaded these a little bit later than I planned to. Because I actually did these both in like 3 or 4 tries yesterday. This and Varying Christmas. The Poker, when I started practicing yesterday, I practiced it for like 2 to 3 hours today. And it's just insane. If I gotta explain, like, as I said, the last crown is so obscenely difficult, so I don't even need to explain that, but... It's basically got 2 troll gems in it, which are quite easy to miss. One of them being directly before the difficult crown, which has to be at 95%. So yeah, it has a troll gem at the end and a troll gem near the start. And it's also got an obscenely difficult 3rd crown, and also a very difficult 1st crown. And I also screw up on the 2nd crown occasionally, but... Really, the only one that's giving me that much trouble is the 3rd. The 1st one I've kind of gotten used to more, so I can do the 1st crown in this level more. But the third crown in this level is just obscene. So much. It's just so difficult. But yeah, poker should be up tomorrow. At least I hope. If I don't get it done with then, I should get it done with Saturday. Definitely. Then you got Cube. Which Cube, I'm doing directly after poker, and it's one of the hardest, so... That's something to look forward to, because I'm pretty sure poker and Cube, poker being the hardest, then Cube is the second hardest, but at least I gotta do 5 levels that are not as difficult as those after it. But anyways, I tried out Cube once or twice, and I could only get one mystery box. It's pretty tricky. You need to be very good. It's just so difficult. I actually have no idea about reggae. I've only gotten some of the gems in that, but all I know is that most of the gems in were super easy. I have no idea about Midnight Carnival. Don't even remotely ask me about that one. Neon I tried to do because it's my favorite level in the game, and still is, even though World Cup is pretty awesome in the song, but Neon is my favorite level and favorite song. And before World Cup came out, it was the hardest one too, so decided to give it a try because the crowns looked so obscenely difficult, and I didn't make it to the end. I got most of the gems, but I didn't make it to the end. I have no idea about World Cup, but I actually think it's gonna be pretty easy. Zeus, who's probably in the top 5 players in this game, to be honest, says that doing this the easy way is barely easier than doing it the perfect way, so what I'm assuming is that if I do it the perfect way, it shouldn't be too much harder than doing it the easy way. But doing it the easy way was quite hard already. Like, very difficult. Especially because of that frickin' part at like 40%. Oh my god, that part. But anyways, yeah, World Cup. I know that this is the one level in the game which has a literally free crown in it. And I've seen it, and it looks like the first crown is really the only truly difficult one. Because the third crown doesn't look, the second crown doesn't look too bad, and the third crown is free. As you can see, I got it. And most of the gems aren't too bad. So yeah. Anyways, and then 1-up, I have no idea about. But anyways. See you guys probably tomorrow, maybe Saturday, when I do poker. And yes, poker will be extreme. But I'll do it. And I hope World Cup's bonus level comes out soon. This level. So that I can upload the video for it. Because I want my all levels video to be uploaded soon before I run out of storage to do stuff. Because it's using up a ton of my storage to keep all those recordings in there. Because I literally have 44 recordings just sitting there, waiting to be uploaded. But, as I said, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode. There's only 7 more episodes I'm gonna be able to do of this before I truly beat the game, and what will happen is, all I gotta do, there's only 7 more episodes. What's gonna happen is, well, 10 technically. But, yeah, those 10 episodes will be, the first should be this one right here, Poker. Perfect way, at least. That one might be pretty long. The second, there's a chance it might be World Cup's bonus level when it comes out. And if the second ends up being World Cup's bonus, here, I'll just tell you the 11 episodes, actually, that are gonna be out. So we have Poker Perfect Way, which should be out tomorrow. Cube Perfect Way is going to be a video. Reggae Perfect Way. Midnight Carnival Perfect Way, Neon Perfect Way, World Cup Perfect Way, 1-Up Perfect Way, World Cup's bonus level, probably both ways, unless if the Perfect Way is just absolutely insane. But I did Dazzle in the same video, so shouldn't be as bad it shouldn't be too bad. Plus, nothing has been as bad as Dazzle so far for a bonus level. But anyways, yeah, and then I'll upload that, and then the other 3 videos will be in my Rolling Sky All Levels Easy Way video, all levels both ways, and all levels with the perfect way. Yeah. So basically 11 more episodes of this game, and then what happens is once those 11 episodes are out, I'm not really gonna play the game much unless if there's a challenge that I might do, just because I want to challenge myself, because I still like this game a lot. But there shouldn't be any more episodes that consistently until level 29 comes out. And then I'll do level 29 and its bonus level. And just every time a level comes out, I'll play it. But if they don't release a lot of levels this summer, then there won't be a lot of videos of this game this summer. I did say I was going to do a lot of Dragon Mania Legends, which I will. And I'm going to try and start recording on Xbox, but I have no idea, to be honest. Anyways, see you guys. Bye-bye. See you on poker.